Unheard of.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Unheard of. You know who it is. It's your boy ABG, otherwise known as Arthur Glass. And I'm here with my co-host, Jerod. How you doing this week, Jerod?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Tired as all get out. Just been working 12-hour shifts every single day for like 9-10 days straight. Out here in DC, it's a 2-hour time difference, so I'm extremely beat. But by the time this airs, I'll be back in Colorado. Fly back on Saturday or Friday, sorry. And I'm feeling good. I'm gonna make a good chunk of overtime money. So my anniversary's coming up next weekend, and it looks like we'll be able to do something nice.
Hey, yeah, man, that's nice. Take your wife out, get away from the kids and stuff. Or take your kids out too. Make it a family thing.
Nanny's in town, so we'll probably do a date night.
Oh, nice. Well, my week, it's been going all right, It's been working. And if we're still counting vaccination watch, if we're still on vaccination watch, I still have not gotten my first shot yet.
That's I think that's 4 weeks now, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, I'm trying, man. My life is just moving so fast, but also so slow at the same time. I don't know what's going on. I just haven't been able to get a vaccine.
Just go ahead and admit it. You don't want to get it.
That's not true.
Go ahead.
No, that's not true.
I'm
going to get it.
We've been talking about this for almost a year on this show. And the first person to get vaccinated was me.
Hey, hey, man. Life be crazy like that sometimes.
Man, I literally...
But, everybody, we got a good show lined up for you guys. We got well, he's got his card. He's showing his card. Everybody.
No, this isn't the original. This is the one I shrunk down and laminated. That way I can prove everywhere that if somebody stops me in Walmart now, I'll just be like, "Look at the card, sucker."
Well, my girlfriend has her whole card, and she has it attached to all her keys on her keychain. So it's big old card.
I got a business
inside
card
this,
size.
Little slip.
Shrunk that something down.
Are you afraid somebody's gonna be like, "You're not vaccinated"? You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I'll tell people I have one shot. So
I'll say this.
I don't.
I'll turn it over to Drew after this, and I'll let you go. But since I traveled out here, the mandate's been over in Colorado for a couple weeks now, as far as masks go. And literally, if you walk into a Walmart right now in Colorado, not a lot of people will have their mask on. But I came out here to Virginia this past week, and I walked into Walmart my first day, and I didn't have a mask on because I thought they didn't have a mask mandate anymore. And I walked in the store, and everybody's got their mask on, and I'm like, dang, I'm feeling a bit of pressure right here. So I whipped my mask out of my pocket and just put it on because. But then 2 days later, the mask mandate ended out here. So now it's looking a bit different out there. But here in DC. Man, the place is so crowded. Like, the Walmarts have tons of people everywhere, so they're still wearing masks out here, at a pretty good rate.
Are you still wearing your mask?
Not where I don't have to anymore, unless I've got my kids with me.
I feel you. But yeah, everybody, we got a great show lined up for you this week, and of course, we're bringing back our good friend, listener of the show, longtime listener of the show, friend of the show, as well as a friend to us. That boy, Drew Nasty. Drew Maddox.
The creator of the Unheard of fan page on Facebook.
That's true.
Amongst other things.
I forgot. Hey, sometimes all your accolades slip me.
I'm starting to think that the Facebook page probably has more followers than we do listeners.
Hey, man, our last episode got a solid 10 plays, so... As always, thank you to everybody. Thank you. But how you doing this week, Drew?
Well, unlike your fellow co-host, Jerod, I have the first round of COVID vaccination. I got it last Wednesday with Brooke at CVS.
He's addressing you.
What do you mean, unlike me? I'm already fully
No,
vaccinated.
He was saying he was addressing you, unlike your co-host, Jerod.
Oh.
Me. He's talking about me.
Yeah.
I received my first round of COVID vaccination. And I didn't have no side effects. I mean, the only thing that I had a little welt on my arm, but I mean,
it's a shot.
It went away. Yeah.
Like I had no side effects with the first shot whatsoever, and then I got the second shot, and that's the one that people say usually puts them out, but all me and Tiff really had was a little bit of body aches the next day, and we were good. Like we were back to normal right after that.
See, I'd always said I wasn't gonna get the vaccine, but Brooke had come home from work one day, and she looked at me and she's like, "What are we doing?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "Let's just go get the vaccine tomorrow." And I was like, all right, let's just go to CVS. So we went there that next morning, and we walked right in. We were there maybe 25 minutes. That's with the 15-minute wait period that they make you wait around. So I really, at this point, don't know what Arthur's doing with his life. But
dude, so I have a question, though. So you had planned on not getting the vaccine up until Brooklyn basically said, hey, what are we doing with our lives?
Yeah. Yeah.
She basically asked you this the existential question for getting a vaccine.
Yeah.
But, so if you didn't get it, the stuff that Biden's trying to do now and incentivize everybody, mostly the people down south like Arthur who don't want to get the vaccine, if they started doing things in Georgia like free lottery tickets, like $5, whatever, like they're doing in other states, do you think that would help the southern people and their mindsets of getting the vaccine? Because I know everybody likes free money, and there's a lot of people down south that would love lottery tickets because there's a lot of people with a problem down there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. It's nothing worse when you're trying to pay for gas and the person in front of you is like, let me get 3 11s, I'll take 2 21s, and a number 5.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I'm just trying to get 30 on pump 5. Get out of the way.
Bro, this is a little bit of a topic jump, but since you mentioned that, like I vividly remember as a child going to the gas station with my granny, and it was basically a whole trip. Like we would probably spend about an hour in there. She'd playing lottery tickets, talking to the person in the back. I mean, we were just in there. You know what I'm saying? Like people be playing the lottery in Georgia, so that would be cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Biden was able to get that allowed in Georgia, of course it'd probably have to come from Kemp's office because it's a state thing as far as lottery goes, but I mean, dang, if Kemp set out and said, hey, anybody that gets the first round of the vaccine, 10 free tickets, and anybody that gets the second round, 20.
What about people like us? I mean, they got it without the incentives. Are they going to throw something a little extra our way for being good citizens? I mean, come on now.
I'm going to tell you something about life, okay? The people that actually do what they're supposed to never get rewarded, okay? Sometimes it pays to do nothing.
Sometimes, I mean, you're not wrong.
So, but it's basically a propaganda campaign, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just this is what governments do whenever it gets to this point in time. Like now, there's an actual goal that's close to being met as far as the United States goes. So now they're starting to try and do these incentive plans. It's basically like if we were in another world war, they would start hanging up Uncle Sam posters everywhere to try and get people to enlist in the army again.
Yeah. I want to backtrack for a second on what I said about my shot. The only side effect I had after the first shot, once I got the chip inside of me, I did feel like I was being watched a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like the big brother was behind me the whole time.
Oh wow! Have you guys seen that TikTok where the guy's like, he says he has the vaccine, and now all like Bluetooth enabled devices are trying to connect to him, and like whenever he gets close to somebody's phone or something like that, it's like Moderna, like a bunch of numbers and stuff like that, trying to connect. And he's like, "Watch, I'm gonna get close to the TV. He's gonna try to connect to me." And I was like, "All right, chill."
I'm gonna be honest with y'all because I think I might or I may not have said it on the show, but I don't really have TikTok. I don't even open the app. Like I probably opened it once because Tiff's, talked about all the videos she watches, so I downloaded it. I opened it like the first time, and now it just sits on my phone. I never got into it.
See, it's it's interesting. Like it can kind of learn the stuff that you like,
Yeah.
and it'll kind of give you like a For You page that's like pretty much kind of dedicated to the stuff you like. So really all you got to do is just start watching, and then it'll give you stuff that you kind of like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I guess I'm like an old soul at heart because I don't do a lot of like apps on my phone really as it is. So it's weird.
Works in technology and doesn't use his phone. I don't really do the phone stuff.
Yeah, I do the computer stuff. But not like I don't even get on my laptop really unless it's to record this podcast and edit the podcast and upload it to YouTube and Anchor for distribution. That's it. Like I go to work and I do all that IT stuff out there. I come home and I just chill.
Yeah. Does your job make you not want to touch anything that's technology wise and at home?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm just a boring person.
That's a good way to put it.
So, so we didn't say that we was going to talk about this, but a certain member of my family was supposed to be on the show this week, Colton, and he dipped out again like he usually does. He might fall asleep from time to time, or other plans might come up. So he wasn't able to join us this week, and we was going to have him last week before we had to postpone to all of you listeners out there, but that's just how it is with Colt. Sometimes you just don't get him on the show. And so because we don't have him on the show at his own fault, we are going to discuss a topic that he wanted to discuss. And I haven't even seen the movie, but how was A Quiet Place 2, guys?
Drew, you want to start?
I'm glad that they delayed it because, I mean, the statement for the movie is you have to see this at the movie theater, and it's true. I mean, I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but I really enjoyed it. I really did. And I'm not going to spoil it, but they leave it kind of sort of on a cliffhanger. So it sounds like this time next year we might be talking about A Quiet Place Part 3.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know. I think they did a really good job with blending, no sound with very loud sounds inside the movie, So just that in itself is really good, and they kind of make these characters that you can kind of relate to and root for, but also some that make really dumb decisions at the same time. But I mean, it's a movie at the same time. But yeah, it's really good. It's a really good movie. They got some good jump scares, some good story.
I read that. So I read two things. The first thing was that with The Quiet Place 1, movie theaters were actually kind of pissed that it was doing so well because they make most of their money on concessions, and everybody knew that you kind of had to be quiet, going into that first movie. So a lot of concessions weren't sold for people that were buying tickets to that movie. And then the second thing was John Krasinski didn't even want to write the second film, but he made so much money that money talks. So they obviously convinced him to write a second one and maybe a third.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Do you guys, if it's a quiet type of movie, like a low-key type of movie, would you guys be afraid to bring in a candy wrapper into the movie?
Or
popcorn?
So I don't think I'd be afraid to eat popcorn because I don't eat with my mouth open, Like I feel like I can conceal that. But when you start to get to like the bottom of the drink and you're slurping and it's like
well, I mean, just don't slurp on your drink.
Well, so I probably just wouldn't bring a drink into a quiet movie because honestly, I'm a big ice eater too. So I probably couldn't deal.
I don't know, man. I've never been self-conscious about the candy wrappers inside movie theaters, I don't know. I mean, I know they make noise, you know. And
I think
they'll probably be louder in a quiet movie. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you.
No.
But
no, you're all right.
But yeah, like I don't know. I mean, just get over it, right?
I think that the review, that the person who should be giving this review is the guy that sat behind us during that movie.
Jesus Christ,
Jerod, he was one of those guys. Oh,
go for it, G. My fault.
He was one of those guys that, like, during a horror movie, he's like, "Don't go through the door.
Oh,
the killer's behind there. I'm telling you." And then the girl opens the door, she gets stabbed, and he's like, "You dummy." It was one of those kind of guys.
Or like one of the people that like just says stuff that's really obvious.
Yeah.
On the phone. I mean, on the phone. Oh my god. But at the movie, like, I was gonna give an example of on the phone. Like, say somebody was talking to the killer on the phone, but they weren't overt with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
After they hang up, that guy's like, that was probably the killer on the phone. Like, come on, bro. Dude. Like, come on. We get it. It's a movie, but like, please just chill.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. This may be my little rant. Like, I don't mind. I do not mind people, whispering, like talking, like, cause I whisper during the movie. I talk to people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never like usually completely silent during the movie, but like if you hear a little bit of that, that's whatever. But like if you're flat out talking as loud as you can during a movie, that stuff better be funny. You know what I'm saying? You better be making people laugh.
Yeah.
But that guy just wasn't doing it, man. It was just getting on my nerves.
So I honestly, like, if it's a big movie opening, I love hype crowds, Like, going into the movie theaters for, like, Infinity War, Endgame, those were, like, events, because everybody's, like, cheering during certain parts or, like, crying when Iron Man dies. But you obviously have the annoying people who do think that they're, I guess, cool or whatever. I don't know what it is. Because, like, when I went and saw Shazam, literally, there was a group of 2 dudes next to me who were obviously comic book fans. Like, they came in all their gear and everything. And the entire time, they were just talking, and they wouldn't shut up. Because it gets to, like... Have y'all both seen the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it gets, like, to the end when the whole family's about to get their powers. And the 2 guys next to me, they're like, "Oh, it's about to happen. We're about to have the Shazam family." And then, of course... And he's all like, "All right, everybody write on me. Now repeat, like, whatever he says after me." I can't remember how they get all their powers. I'm not like that big into it. I thought the movie was good, but and then they just start screaming after they all get their powers, and they're the only 2 people in the whole theater screaming.
Like, I already hate going to see horror movies. Like, like the first week horror movies. It's hit or miss, and it's usually a miss because like the scary moments happen, and then you get these people that want to scream or
laugh. I hate when they laugh.
Talk to the whole thing.
See, I kind of hate that too. We saw like a matinee for Avengers Endgame, so it was like a 10 a.m. show, but it was still opening weekend, so it was full, because everybody was just trying to get a ticket. And man, when Iron Man was about to snap his fingers, I already knew what he was gonna say. Like, once Thanos says, "I am inevitable," like, you pretty much already know what Iron Man's about to say. But as soon as, like, the gauntlet got all the Infinity Stones, everybody just started cheering. I'm like, shut up! I want to hear it!
Yeah. But yeah, back to A Quiet Place Part 2. It's really good. I don't know, maybe we can have another conversation about sequels, because like Drew said, and what you hear a lot with sequels, like, I don't think it's as good as the original. Like, are there any sequels that kind of, just kind of stand on their own that, like, are maybe better than the original?
Yeah. Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
I have to think of, like, modern movies now, but that's just like the one that stands out in my mind the most.
I mean, people always say Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
I prefer New Hope.
Really?
Yeah, I love A New Hope.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, A Quiet Place Part Two, it holds up as its own, as a good sequel that's comparatively good or better than the original.
Yeah, I think maybe we can discuss this next week too, because I'm gonna have to do some homework when I think about sequels, because I can't think of any right off the top of my mind. But that kind of leads me to think about the new Avatar sequels that are gonna come out if they ever do. But I think we're set up to be utterly disappointed in James Cameron in the next like 4 Avatar films.
Bro, those things are supposed to be coming out for the past like 10 years,
I
man.
know.
Like since we were in high school, those things are supposed to be coming out. So I don't know. I think do they already have one of them shot?
No, they're still shooting.
I
Like
hate to
they
see
just
it.
started shooting. So hey, it is what it is. But you know what? Talking about people and rants, we like to listen to my life a little bit here, and they call me Jay Ray. Well, now here's a Jay Rant. Okay, here's something that happened this week that annoyed the crap out of me. I go to the airport. I'm in Denver. I'm ready to fly out to DC. Everything goes as expected. I was in a little bit of a hurry, so I kind of got rushed onto the plane. But I get to DC, and the first thing that annoys me about this airport that I fly into is I cannot just walk straight to baggage claim. As soon as I get off the air, like the friggin' airplane, I'm stuttering today. I sound like Joe Biden.
That's
But
how mad he is.
so I get off of the plane, and I'm walking to the signs to say baggage claim, right? Well, then it stops at a door that leads out onto a road. I'm like, what is this? Because I've never been in this airport before. I've been in other airports around DC, but not this one. And somebody who I guess was local to the area told me, they're like, yeah, you actually have to ride like a bus to get to baggage claim from over here. I'm like, what? Like, I have to get on a vehicle on the road to go to baggage claim. And then on top of that, after I finally got my luggage, it was like another 20-minute drive to the rental car place from the airport. I'm like, why isn't it just connected like most airports? So that already made me upset, because it took like another 2 hours to get to the hotel after I got off the airplane. And so that was annoying. But what really annoyed me the most, and this is backhanded, okay? TSA is starting to piss me off, alright? Because I opened up my laptop the other day when we were going to try and record for you folks, this past week. And what do I see on my screen but a broken screen? Because I pull out my luggage and it says I was randomly inspected, right? But I know it's not random anymore because it happens every single time when I guess they, scan my baggage and they see that I've got my PlayStation and my laptop in the same bag. So I know it's not random anymore, okay? They're just looking. And I open it up, and now my laptop, which I've had for like 4 or 5 years at this point, it's a pretty good laptop. Now it's got a broken screen. And it's touch screen, right? So I literally, it kept thinking I was touching, different parts of the screen, and I didn't know how to disable the touch screen at first because it's been a long time since I've done that. And I'm like, I'm not pressing anything. Like, TSA broke my dang screen. And so I looked it up, and apparently you can make a TSA claim if they break your stuff like this, right? The problem is it can take up to 6 months to get paid. I was like, are you kidding me? 6 months? You broke my laptop in a span of an hour, and it's going to take 6 months to get my money?
I hate to see it, man. Dang, they just messed you up. Was it like your work laptop?
No, it's just my personal. But
Personal?
either way, I probably use the personal like way more. I don't have a work laptop anymore, so man, it really just pissed me off because I saw the information for what you had to do to fill out a claim. It is a 4-page packet Like, why do I have to fill out 4 pages? Because you broke my laptop. Like, literally, I think they try to make the process as difficult as possible so it turns people away from doing it. But they've done broken the wrong person's laptop. Because I'm fighting for it, okay? I don't care if it's 5 years old. I don't care if it's 6 years old. I'm about to get what I paid for it, which is about $500, and I'm going to get my money. I don't care if it takes 6 months TSA. We're in this battle now.
Dude, if anybody that works for the TSA is watching this right now, Jerod is coming for you.
Coming for my money. TSA broke my laptop. I mean, granted, the screen crack is not that bad. I can still do these things and edit all of our videos, but it's bad enough to where it pissed me off. That's what I'll have to say. You know, it's just like a straight corner of a crack. And so, yeah. They don't know who they done mess with because I'll fill out 30 pages of paperwork if it means I'm going to get reimbursed for my laptop.
Heck yeah, dog. But like, how did they break it? They're just aggressively searching through your bag?
Dude, I'm telling you. So I'm smart about this, right? Because Tiff tells me, she's like, you shouldn't put like your laptop and your PlayStation in your checked luggage, right? You should put it in a carry-on. But every time I put it in a carry-on, they want me to take it out, you know, while I'm going through the line with all my shoes off and everything. Yeah. And I think I'm holding up people behind me. So what I just started doing, because I don't like taking forever in that line, right? What I just started doing was I was putting my PlayStation and my laptop in my checked bag. And I would pat it down with clothes in like plastic bags. And I haven't had a problem up until this point. Because every time I do it now, they check my luggage and they leave a little slip in there. That way when I get to the hotel and I open my bag, it says, you were randomly chosen for your bag to be inspected by the TSA. And we try to put everything back as neat as possible to the way it was before. I'm like, you pieces of garbage, okay? I'm about to get a dang lock from Walmart and put it on there tonight so I can't be randomly inspected and have a fully cracked screen on my laptop by the time I get back to Denver.
I mean, yeah, it has to have those TSA locks, you know, so like they're gonna be able to get in there.
Let me tell you something, okay? It doesn't have to be a TSA lock, all right? That's not a federal law.
Okay.
And because I know this for a fact, because when I traveled with the military, right, I put my own padlock on my luggage, and they cannot open it.
All right.
So TSA.
But I don't know when I used to fly a lot, you know, I always had my PlayStation and my laptop in my carry-on, just in my backpack. You know, like, I mean, I never had any problems. I never felt like I was being rushed by anybody. If you feel like I'm rushing, I mean, you're in a rush to get through the line behind me, you should have got to the airport soon.
No. That's a personal thing because I'll get to the airport like 2 or 3 hours early.
Yeah.
You know? But that's just me. Like, because I don't like taking all of that stuff out and then having to re-put it in the bag, you know, and then go wherever. I would rather just be able to wear it and walk through. But obviously the government doesn't work like that. Thanks, 9/11. And, you know, this is where we are. So I don't really like, because I don't know, it's literally, it takes me like an extra 6 or 7 minutes to take it out of the bag and put it back. But that's just enough time to annoy me personally. So I would rather just put it in my checked luggage.
I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, dog, but I feel like it's much easier, and you have a lot less to worry about whenever you just.
Well, now the TSA is going to have to worry about me because I'm getting my money.
Now the TSA has to worry about you.
Not on like a threat level, but I just want my money back because I want a new laptop now.
I don't really have nothing to contribute to your rant because I've never flown like commercial flights before. I'm gonna fly in December to Cancun for the first time, so you're giving me some proper pointers. Do not put PS5 in suitcase.
I still have it. I have a padded backpack that I would take as a carry-on, which is what I would put my laptop and PlayStation in. But like I said, there's just so many cords in the bag, and you got all your games. So I just started putting it in my big suitcase and padding it down with my clothes and everything around it. But, I mean, I guess I can't do it anymore because the TSA wants to play these games. Clock's ticking, TSA. About to get my $500. And that's just been, a new segment. Well, not new, but officially titled. It's J Rants, okay? Not J Ray. It's a J Rant. So, now I'm going to cool down, Just went on this rant, got my blood pressure boiling. And now we're going to talk about something much more nice and how the Atlanta Hawks have come out on top of the Knicks in 5 games. Drew was on the last show, and I'm pretty sure that he called this, that they were going to go 5 games, 4 or 5. He incorrectly called a sweep, I think. But, I think you were right there, 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure that's what you said. And yeah. I thought it was going to go 6 or 7. So I was wrong about this one. I thought they were way evenly matched. I didn't know Julius Randle was that much of a bum. But,
yeah. Most improved player, my ass.
Yeah. Hey, Julius Randle, if you happen to ever listen to this show, you're not a bum, man. You're not a bum, okay? You can take me any day. But the Hawks made you look like one, okay? Because they were serving up business. And, it feels pretty good to finally be a Hawks fan again. Not like finally be a fan, but obviously it feels good to be a fan right now because we are riding high. And honestly, I feel like without Joel Embiid, we can make this Sixers series last.
That is if Joel Embiid actually is out.
Yeah. What do you think, Drew?
Listen. I called it last week, or the week before last, when I said everybody keeps saying this is going to go 7. I looked y'all dead in y'all's face and said Hawks in 5. Right?
We'll have to pull up the footage. So we'll have to pull up the footage. I'll give you 350.
I'm looking in y'all's faces right now via this Zoom video chat, and I'm telling you, Hawks in 6 with or without Embiid. Hawks in 6 with or without Embiid.
I wish I had that Dallas Cowboy fan mentality where I could just say my team all or nothing, like in this series,
Yeah, like an Eagles fan mentality or something like that.
Yeah, I really appreciate your confidence, Drew, because I love the Hawks too. But I thought we were going to win New York anyways. I thought we were going to beat the Knicks. No doubt about it. But the 76ers are a tough team, man. They're like the number 1 seed.
Hawks in 6. You can chalk it up. You can spit on it. You can talk about it. Do whatever it is you got to do. Hawks in 6.
All right, you heard it here, because if the Hawks actually win in 6, I'm going to bring Drew right back on, and he's going to be the NBA guru for the rest of the playoffs.
Did y'all hear about the guy in Vegas that put $7,000 on the Hawks winning the NBA championship, and it had like a $580,000 buyout? That was me. That was this guy. I did that.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are the odds? Like, aren't they sitting at like plus 500?
Yeah, their odds are pretty. It's a long shot.
I mean, he'd stand to make a good penny if they actually did it, but he's probably going to lose $7,000.
Well, I mean, if you have $7,000 to bet on the Hawks, I mean, I'm sure that probably doesn't. Yeah, it'd probably be all right.
It was probably T.I.
No, it was Lloyd Pierce that bet. He was like, "They're going to win it. I know they're going to
win it." The team I put together, the team I coach, they're going to win it.
They're going to win it all.
They said
I'm not going to be there.
He's sitting at home watching Trey drain those 30-footers. He's like, I taught him that.
He's probably thinking he's got like a Mark Jackson thing going on with like Golden State, but everybody knows he's not as good as Mark Jackson was.
True that.
Man, and apparently some people think he is really that good because I don't know how and I don't know why, but Brad Stevens got promoted to GM in Boston after they lost their series. He never really went that deep in the playoffs, He never really had like big finals chances, but supposedly they trust him to run the organization. And now they're searching for a new head coach since Danny Ainge is stepping down, and apparently Lloyd Pierce is like in the top 3 for the hunting.
But it's weird to me because I, honest to God, thought when I seen that Brad was getting promoted that he was going to be the GM and the head coach because Budenholzer done that his first few years in Atlanta. He was like, he might not have been the GM, but he was like the president of like operations, or he held some kind of a front office position as well as the head coach.
He was the GM, and then he gave up that role the last 2 years to help bring Travis in, who would end up firing Coach Bud. So but it looks like it worked out for all parties because now we're riding high again, and he's doing his thing with the Bucks. You never really know how far that team's going to go. So
they're going to go as far as they want until they play Atlanta. You heard it here first.
So, until we meet them in the finals.
That's right, in the Eastern.
In the conference finals.
In the conference finals.
All the East games are over now, so the Bucks are going to be playing the Nets.
The Nets, yeah.
And that's actually, honestly, I could see the Bucks choking, but it's probably going to be a good series.
Oh yeah, it's going to be must-watch basketball. It's going to be a good series for the East.
Yeah. And I don't know, guys. This is going to come out on Monday, right? So whenever we do this type of thing for sports predictions, I always love looking back and seeing just how wrong some people on this show are. Because when it came to football playoffs, Arthur was wrong every single time.
All he wants to do is say that I'm wrong.
Well, I was wrong about the Hawks in 7. So Drew called that one. But tonight's game, as we're recording this, is game 6 of LA and Phoenix. Does LA stay alive? Or does LeBron James go home for the first time in the first round ever?
I can see it. Wouldn't you just love that narrative though? That like, oh, this is a stab to his legacy. Who is LeBron now after going home first round in the playoffs and everything? But I don't know, man. I feel like he really goes out there and plays hard for the next 2 games, and they pull this series out, man.
No. He's going home, but he ain't going home tonight. He's going home, but he ain't going home tonight.
So it's going to 7.
He'll go home in 7, yeah.
Let me look it up real quick because I've got a projection, but it's based on injuries, okay? Is Anthony Davis ruled out tonight?
I haven't heard.
Probably is.
So they're saying Anthony Davis is like a game time decision.
Okay.
So he's not going to play. So basically, if Davis doesn't play, they're going home tonight. As we're recording this Thursday night, they'll lose if Anthony Davis doesn't play. If Anthony Davis plays, they probably squeeze by and make it to 7, but they are not winning this series.
I hate these West Coast games, man. I wish 9 o'clock when that game tips off. I'd like to watch it, but
imagine living in the West Coast because I can watch the games at decent times all the time. Like the Super Bowl came on at 6:30 for me.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's how time works, I guess, That's how the little time zones work.
So, I don't know, man. So I don't think it's the Lakers' year. I just don't think it's going to happen. They're too injury-ridden.
Yeah.
And LeBron, man, God, I think he's such a phenomenal player. He's obviously one of the all-time greats. But why is he such a big baby sometimes? Like, why in the world did he leave 5 minutes early when they were getting blown out? People talk about how he's a great leader. A leader doesn't do that. They don't leave their team 5 minutes early while they're getting blown out, right? And Frank Vogel, the head coach, was talking about, oh, he needs to start his treatment. Well, why doesn't he do it every game then? Why doesn't he leave 5 minutes early and go start his treatment? No, he's just a baby.
Is he going to be out on the floor when they're getting blown out?
Don't matter. If he's the leader of the team, he's got to be there watching them blow out.
I mean, how many times has other greats and other leaders left for the locker rooms early?
They don't.
No, listen.
Not like LeBron.
You clearly did not watch Michael Jordan's The Last Dance last summer because there was an entire episode dedicated to them finally getting over the hump and beating Detroit. And Jordan said back then, when you passed the torch to the other team, it was respect that you stayed on the court for the whole game, no matter what. And then after the game, you shook hands. And Detroit, after the Bulls finally beat them, they didn't do that. Isaiah and all their players, all the other players on that team, they all left. Like, they didn't shake hands. The game had like 30 seconds left. They were headed to the locker room. You don't do that, man. You don't do that.
And people still hate Isaiah Thomas for that type of thing today.
For that, yep.
Because they think he's a big sore loser.
That's why. Is this a PG show?
No.
You got it, dog.
That's why his ass wasn't on the dream team. Shit.
I was just about to say that. I was like, that's definitely why he was not chosen.
All I'm saying
to play in the Olympics that year.
So LeBron James, I don't agree with a lot of the hate he gets in the media most of the time, but he deserved to get ridden for leaving that game like he did 5.5 minutes early, because when the coach said he's got to start his body treatment, he spends like $1 million+ on his body. Okay, start leaving the game 5 minutes early every time. If he's got to start it so bad.
Say what you want to about Julius Randle, but he stayed on the court every second of that game last
Getting
night.
blown out.
Every second. And they were losing by like 19, and he stayed on the court every second of that game.
But, I mean, who cares? It's Julius Randle.
Well, apparently he's better than
Exactly.
LeBron.
That's why people care that it's LeBron doing it, because he's supposed to be the leader of the team.
Yes, I agree.
So
I don't know. Your best player on the court is Julius Randle. You deserve to get blown out.
And if your best player on the floor is LeBron James, you probably shouldn't be getting blown out and having your star player leave early.
Hey.
That's true. On the other hand, that is true.
So, I don't know, man. I just don't like that sore loser stuff in the NBA. Like, that's the only thing I really hate. Obviously, we could talk about the fans being crazy too, because there's a lot of crazy stuff that's been happening. They're probably about to have to start making it like hockey, where you can't sit so close to the freaking court unless you've got like the plexiglass in front of people. And like at the corner spots, where like Russ is getting popcorn thrown on him and Kyrie's getting water bottles thrown at him. Yeah, that probably needs to be covered by plexiglass or something too, because I used to love sitting right there in that area just for the chance to get to like high five a player or something, But now people, and it's not all of them, because if you watch these videos, the fans that are getting kicked out and arrested, the rest of the crowd is like cheering that on when they're getting arrested. It's just a few bad apples always ruin it for everybody. And they're going to make the NBA start to look like hockey games.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you also got to think we've come from a year of and I'm not trying to defend any of this, but a year of not having any fans in the stands. You know what I'm saying? So then these stories about these players, the fans, like the fan that spit at Trey, or like you said, the popcorn and the water bottles. Like, I feel like those are just like, kind of one-off kind of things that's not indicative of the NBA fans as a whole. I mean, you'll get chants at MSG of Trey is balding, or like somebody getting flicked off or something like that. But like this stuff, like people attacking NBA players and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't feel like that's that's going to be a huge thing.
Dude,
so you're saying
in the future, you know what I'm saying?
You're saying that's like a pent up thing because of them being stuck indoors because of COVID?
Yeah, man, we've been indoors, man. These freaks getting out to these NBA games, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. Give them some time. Give some time. Give these good fans some time.
I'll tell you what, man. The guy that probably got the harshest sentence did the most smallest thing. The guy
one that
in Boston who threw the water bottle has a felony charge.
A felony charge for assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, a water bottle. This guy. So the NBA, that's what they're about to start doing. They're like, you want to act up? Here you go, felony.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it also they did that to him because it happened to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is has been on his little
high horse.
Yeah, or whatever, man.
Yeah, but everybody knows Kyrie Irving doesn't have a brain. Okay, like everybody already knows that.
It's got to be at least a little smooth. Don't he think that the world is flat? So
yeah.
He says so much dumb stuff, man. Like, the thing that gets me about these athletes is I get everybody's got families, everybody's got to do their own thing from time to time. But This man, the NBA players don't have to give up money at all if they miss games for personal reasons. And they're just sitting out there like, hey, if I want to miss this game because I want to go do something with my family, that's on me. Like, nobody else should have to worry about that. Well, what about the organization that's paying you $40 million a year? Like, because if I miss work, my little, less than, it's not little, I consider myself very lucky, but my less than $100,000 self is going to be missing out on money if I don't show up to work.
How many games did Kyrie miss this year for personal? It was like 6 or 7 in a row, wasn't it? Like, they were like,
I think it was more than that, because the first stretch he did, he missed like 13 games.
And like, people were talking about, like, is Kyrie about to like announce his retirement? Like, is there something going on with him or something? I mean, I've never been a big Kyrie fan.
I think a person's mental health is extremely important, but at the same time, people got jobs, and I think you should take those seriously. So, especially if you're getting paid like 40+ million, and you got this platform to do so much good, but then you just use it to mostly bash everybody that comes at you. I don't know. Kyrie really kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So on the other hand, what do you think of what's her name? Naomi, how do you pronounce her last name?
Osaka.
Yeah. What do you think about her leaving? What tournament is it?
The French
the
Open.
French Open.
French?
Yeah, French Open. What do you think about her leaving?
I mean, she's got all the freedom to do so. She left, and now she's not going to get paid for it. Because they told her, like, hey, this is part of the contract that you sign when you're coming to play in this tournament, right? Like, if you're an NBA player, NFL player, it's in your contract to be available to the media, right? If you sign that, then hey, maybe I shouldn't get paid this much money if I'm not going to actually do the job. Well, Naomi Osaka, even though I know everybody's gathering around her, they're like, yeah, we believe in you. Like, it should change. No, it shouldn't. Like,
no, it shouldn't.
Just take your time. Go get your mind right. Do what you got to do. And when you're ready, come back. Because I know that the rules may suck, but literally you're getting paid millions of dollars, and you're complaining about giving 5 minutes of your time just to answer some questions.
But the thing is, she ain't even got to go out there and give a speech. Marshall lynched that thing. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
Hey, you played well. You played well tonight. Any thoughts? Man, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah. I was going to say that. Thank you for taking that from me, Drew.
Because they're not specific. They're not specific with what you've got to say. You just got to talk to them. I mean, you know.
You just have to be available. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think it's a good thing that she's admitted that she's been depressed, and it really sets an example for people that are worrying about their mental health and getting it right. But at the same time, she kind of understood that, hey, I don't want to keep getting fined anyways, and I really want to go work on my mental health, so I'm just going to drop out. That way I don't got to worry about this. Because they said that's in the contract. You got to be available to the media. And they even brought up a pretty good point on ESPN. They said, women, they want their sports to be more recognized, right? But it's people like Naomi Osaka who have the biggest platform. And if she's not going to talk to the media, there's no way tennis is getting any advertisement, like any promotion right now.
Like, did I say?
Well, I mean, you can't say that. That kind of sounds a little.
It's not
sexist. Nah, okay.
It's
so
true.
Before Naomi Osaka, there's plenty of tennis players that are male and female that are going to bring exposure to the sport, to the French Open.
Name a female tennis player that's not Naomi Osaka or the Williams sisters.
Oh.
Name one.
I don't watch tennis.
Yeah.
Fans of the sport. It doesn't matter what gender it is. Like, I mean, they're going to be watching the sport.
That's how popular it is, though. That's what I'm saying. It's people that are the most popular in that sport that could bring more recognition to it. I'm saying, I don't disagree with her, right? She should go get her mental health right before she comes back and does anything. But at the same time, she's like the biggest name in tennis.
She's the highest. I saw the other day. She's I might
She
be
may
wrong
be the
on
highest
this.
paid, but she's not. I don't think she's.
I think she's the highest paid women's athlete in the world. I think that's what I saw the other day. I know she's the highest paid in tennis, but I think I saw that she's the highest paid women's athlete in the world. So she's got a pretty big voice. Just because Serena is more well known, Osaka she has a voice. So I agree wholeheartedly with Jerod. I side with Jerod on this.
I don't. I think there's a lot of women that are putting in work everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And just the fact that one of them is not.
I didn't
playing.
say. I did not say other women were not putting in work. That's
not
what I said.
That's basically what you said. What you're trying to say. Like
I said, the biggest name in the sport should be talking to the media to bring recognition to all those that are working hard.
Arthur said that women are. Arthur said that, and then turned around and couldn't name you one woman tennis player.
Yeah,
because I don't watch. I can't name you one male tennis player.
Arthur, how much football do you watch? Because your fantasy stats show that you don't watch a lot. But yet you know a lot of players' names because it's probably on the headlines and ESPN a lot.
Well, yeah, because I watch football, but I'm saying, I mean, I don't know. I couldn't name you 5 baseball players' names.
Neither can I, because the sport's not as popular as like football or basketball.
But I mean, you know certain players. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm saying, I don't know if you could make a leap from women's tennis having no relevancy just because one of the biggest stars is not playing.
Let me.
Well, hold on. First off, like I said, I piggybacked that off of a segment I heard on First Take because Stephen A. Smith was even talking about that stuff. Nobody said
Stephen A. Smith is a sexist too.
Yeah, I know. But all I'm saying is it's not a bad thing. You want the highest known person in your sport talking to the media and making the headlines. Like if LeBron James retired today, there's not going to be a lot of like NBA headlines until the next person up, starts to talk to the media like he does and be as open.
And then again, nowadays, do you really even have to talk to the media, bro? Like, you can get more exposure through a tweet. Way more people can look at your tweet and favorite it and share it and stuff than you having to sit down with the media.
I don't think you have to, right? I don't think you have to. But it's in her contract.
Job. It's a part of your job. I get that. I get that.
Like maybe she should just negotiate to get it out of her contract when she joins the next tournament.
But I don't know. Something about that just it didn't sit right with my spirit.
Am I just speaking facts?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because all I'm saying, I didn't make it out.
Drew Maddox, another known sexist.
I didn't make it out to be sexist. All I said was she's the most highest known person in that sport. So it would be a good thing if she was bringing recognition to it.
What would carry, to put it like this, what would carry more weight? Let me put it to where you can understand it, since you're calling me the sexist, but you don't know women's athletes. So let me put it in a way that you can understand. What would carry more weight in the NBA? If Austin Rivers spoke up about something, or if Kevin Durant spoke up about something? Which one carries more weight?
I mean, obviously, KD.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm saying.
You sexist?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It would be the same thing if you said
because
don't take this away from me. I'm trying to think.
I never explicitly said women. I said she was just the biggest known name in the sport.
So you didn't sit here and say they want women's sports to be more recognized.
I did. But I'm not talking about the athletes.
You're talking about
fans and everybody.
You're talking about like the women's leagues. The women's leagues wants to be more recognizable, but the biggest athletes aren't standing up. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's not sexist.
Okay.
Arthur calls me sexist, but he can only name me one female athlete. Give me a break.
That's not true.
Hey, we asked for a name, Arthur. I said a name, but I said you can't name the 3 most known people.
And he literally done this. He said,
I don't watch tennis.
Neither do we, because it's not that popular. But we know the 3 biggest names in the sport.
I'll tell you what, Arthur. I'll make it up for you right now. Name me 5 WNBA players. No, name me 3 WNBA players, and I'll let you off the hook right now.
Oh, man. What's that?
Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, Angel McCutcheon. Come on now. I gave you 4. Give me one more.
I don't watch a lot of WNBA.
I gave you 4. Just come up with one more.
Hey, I ain't got it.
Let's go to the next segment. I
didn't want to bring
But that doesn't mean I'm sexist just because I don't watch women's basketball.
You don't watch women's sports apparently in general.
So I mean, what does that do with anything?
Hey man,
you're calling me sexist, but you can't name me.
Let me put it this way.
But I wouldn't say that like women's sports wouldn't be more, like relevant or anything like that just because one person from that sport, isn't playing.
It doesn't have to be the most relevant, but they have to be pretty prominent, right? And here's the thing about popularity. If ESPN stopped doing like football and basketball topics, on their debate shows, and they started talking about tennis or like soccer or the WNBA, well, what type of headlines are we going to get? Because nobody's out there really talking, and nobody's really out there like claiming rivalries. I'll tell you right now, if like Naomi Osaka came out and said like she was going to whip one of the Williams sisters, that might make me want to watch a tennis game. Because now she's like, oh, snap, we got a rivalry going right here. But they're not really that entertaining because there's no headlines coming out like that, Yeah. I think the headlines build the sport, which is why I think media availability can be a good thing, but I do also understand why it's a bad thing for people's... Because not a lot of people are, like, social, Like Naomi Osaka, she openly said she doesn't want to do it, and I think it's fine. She just has to probably negotiate her contract better when she gets to the next tournament.
I like the point that you made there about rivalries and things like that. And calling, to me, I think that's what made the Hawks and Knicks series so entertaining.
Especially apart
from being a Hawks fan, if I was a fan of some other team, I would want to watch those 2 games just because you saw how that crowd reacted, what Clint Capella said, you know what I'm saying, and what Trey was saying, talking about play at the A and all that. That, to me, other than just being a fan of the Hawks, made me want to watch that series right there.
Dude, and maybe we need some crazy fans in other sports, right? Like, what if we get a group of people at a tennis tournament, and they just start shouting, like, F you, Roger Federer, right? Then that's going to be on ESPN the next day, and we're like, all right, now I'm hyped for the next match. Who hates Roger?
Yeah.
You see? See, the media builds the headlines for the sports, so we got to get that popularity somehow,
I don't know. I just can't get. I'm looking at Arthur. I can't get the fact that he called me a feminist out of my head.
He didn't call you a feminist. He called you a sexist.
A sexist. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't get that out of my head.
I mean, it was obviously said in a joking manner, but I don't know. I just don't. Oh, sorry, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't know, man. Just because I don't watch a lot of women's sports. I do. Hey, I do like to watch a little bit of
lingerie football.
No. I like to catch a little bit of the women's softball highlights. I watch those on Twitter and stuff like that. Like those are nice. Like those college games. Those look fun.
What's one of their names?
I don't know.
Come on, one of them from Cedartown literally plays college softball.
I don't know. I could name you 5 other people from Cedartown.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Arthur. You can't name me 10 women athletes. Name me 10 adult industry actresses, I'm sorry.
Hey, baby, I'm gonna tell you the only one that matters, dude. That's Asa Kira, dude. If anybody's watching
Oh my god.
or listening.
Next segment. Arthur's gonna get us in trouble.
You're the one that brought it up.
I'm just saying.
See, again, that's what we do here at Unheard Of, because the original topic plan was just the Hawks and Knicks, but obviously that wasn't enough. We had to go into all this, which is cool because I'm totally fine with it. It's just where the show takes us.
But some more news out of Atlanta. Julio Jones. Where's he going? What are we getting for him? Big questions.
So, it's so weird because I'm usually the guy who would much rather us be in a better cap situation when it comes to players. I do like Julio's presence as a veteran, like for our team. But at the same time, I mean, he is injured a lot. Like, if we could get a first-round pick out of him, it'd probably be worth it.
But is that another reason why we haven't seen him traded yet? Since, I mean, it's been weeks since,
Absolutely.
the whole thing has started.
There's one reason why we haven't seen him traded. It's the June 1st deadline. And now, by the time this airs, it'll be a few days after. It's already a couple days after. But June 1st is like the new fiscal year for the league. So they didn't trade him before then because it would have cost them like $20 million against the cap. And now it's going to cost them less. So now I think if they find the first-round pick that they're looking for, he'll probably be gone within like maybe a month, because I actually don't think the market is that good for him like people think it is. So who knows? We might get like 2 seconds out of him if the first rounder doesn't pop up.
I hate to break your hearts, but this trade ain't gonna happen for probably about another month. The problem is teams around the league know. No, let me finish. The problem is teams around the league know that Atlanta has to get rid of Julio. So they're not going to throw a first-round pick out because they know you have to get rid of this guy. Here's what I'm telling you. The Hawks, good Lord. The Falcons are going to get a 4th-round pick for Julio in August. Because teams know the longer they hold out, the less they got to give up.
And the more desperate they're going to be.
Atlanta is going to get desperate. It's going to be mini camp. Your rookies can't show up because you ain't got them signed. So Atlanta's like, just please give us something. And San Francisco is going to offer him a 4th-round pick, and Julio will be playing with Kyle Shanahan in the upcoming season.
But I mean, that's the thing that sucks. I mean, like, if he's healthy, he's going to make whatever team he goes to a better team just off the rip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then what, like, we got to get what we can get while we can get it. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever team he goes to, they're going to get what they're going to get. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get Julio Jones.
They're going to get a half Julio Jones. He's not what he used to be.
He is 33.
I mean, yeah, but he's a vet, used up.
I'll say this: Shannon Sharp is probably the one that killed our chances of getting a first-round pick, if anything.
Yes.
Because that's basically what happens, right? Like Houston said, the Rockets said they were not going to trade James Harden. What does he do? He shows up, and then he says in the press conference, "This relationship can't be fixed. Sorry, bye." And then they know right then and there that he's admitted everything to the public. He's got to go because it's broken. And now that Julio done said on air, "I'm out of there." Well, now, like Drew's saying, we're probably not going to get a first-round pick for him because teams know that we have to trade him now.
Yeah.
They've already been offered a first-round. They've already been offered a first-round pick. That's what I don't understand.
But
so that tells me.
What if it
that
got
tells
pulled
me.
after
That tells
Julio?
me. That tells me that Atlanta, they want multiple draft picks. They're not. No, you ain't gonna give us just your first. We want your first, your 6th, and your 3rd next year. That's what we're looking for. Too much.
So you think they're asking way too much for what do you think is a good what do you think is a good trade for Julio?
Anything that gets him off of our roster. It's a necessity. It's not a desire.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is a necessity. We gotta get this cap.
Would you rather see
young talent?
Would you rather see number 11 catching passes from Matt Ryan next year or number 8? It's that simple.
Well, I think we kind of screwed ourselves because I know that we would have, got some dead cap money. But what if the Falcons are also trying to get a player back too? From whatever team, because free agency's basically over. So we're not going to get anything good even when we lose Julio's cap money. So I don't know. Maybe we're trying to get another asset too, like a proven player.
I mean, the whole reason you're trading Julio is to free up cap space. If you're bringing in another player, you're eating that cap space up.
But they're going to spend the cap money anyways. That's what we've seen. They're going to get probably close to the luxury tax space anyways because the Hawks spend like the third most money in the league regardless. Doesn't matter. Any year, Arthur Blank just kind of throws money away. So, I mean, if they're going to spend the money, why not try to go out and get another productive player?
Or something that they're probably trying to do, they're probably going to Grady, asking him to restructure his deal so they can pay their rookies and keep Julio.
Brady still makes way less than most quarterbacks.
Not Grady Jarrett.
Grady,
yeah,
Grady,
I was
sorry.
like, what is
Yeah.
I might have said Brady, but I meant Grady.
You said Grady.
Yeah,
but
I just misheard you. Matt Ryan could probably restructure his contract if we really wanted to bring in vets, but I know he cares more about the money because I've seen it. Matty Ice. Where's the wins at? Another J rant right there.
I was actually seeing this news about Hayden Hurst today, and he's ready to go now. He's down to like 8% body fat. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's ready to become a top 5 tight end, dude. And I love to see it. I mean, he's a great player, in my opinion. And so I mean, if he feels like he's ready to attack this season, like I'm excited for it.
Did we keep him?
Yeah.
Hayden?
Yeah,
we got him.
Yeah, we got him.
Pitts is starting over him.
Are they not? You maybe think they might start Kyle at wide receiver?
He's built
if
like
anything,
one.
Yeah.
I mean, Arthur Smith did run a 2 tight end system in Tennessee, so.
Yeah, and with the departure that's imminent of Julio Jones, we probably could use more space.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, maybe it'll all work out.
That's what I love about Kyle Pitts. You can put him anywhere.
The only thing I don't love is the uncertainty of the Falcons because it looks like we're gonna have some loaded talent and watch us lose the first 5 games like we did last year.
I mean, if they're anything like the Hawks, we got loaded. I mean, I wouldn't say like super loaded talent. We got talent, you know what I'm saying, and we're doing something with that talent, you know what I'm saying, right now, at least. So,
dude, I think if the Hawks added another superstar, we'd be right up there, man. Because we're like one superstar away from being like one of the best in the NBA.
Well, you keep saying that, but I feel like we have a really good bench that makes up for not having another superstar.
We have a good bench. I just don't know how far it's going to take us because even our top 3 guys aren't like Steph, Draymond, and Clay in their prime.
Bring Bradley Beal to the ATL.
Man, that'd be one right there. If they could get him.
Do we have the defense to make up also for that right now?
Probably on our starting lineup.
Or is it? I would say, or was it kind of maybe like flash in the pan, like a little fluke in the Knicks series? I mean, I know how you feel. I know how you feel about this, Drew.
Long as we got red velvet, we got a chance, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I like the idea of a deep bench, but you also need those key guys on your starting lineup.
Don't you hate Kevin Huerter?
Listen, Yes, I'm not even gonna try to justify it. I don't like Kevin Huerter. I don't like Kevin Huerter. No,
dude.
I mean, this man. Listen.
He's got one of those faces.
He can shoot the three. He can get you points inside. I mean, he didn't. How many points inside did he get this series? I mean, I don't think it was a lot.
This man averages 4 points off the bench, and Arthur's like, I mean, he's a decent, solid player. He had 4 points. He had 4 more points than me. What are you talking about?
I think his plus minus is pretty good though because of his.
Yeah, defense. I'm about to say
No, but
I feel like he's one of those players, just like Bogey, just like Gallo. Like they could just have a really all night whenever we need them to.
Listen. Going into this series, Kevin Huerter was probably my most hated player in all of the NBA, but I've respected his game a lot after this series. I can't lie. I've come to go from hate to distaste. Now I distaste Kevin Huerter. We'll see what he does against Philadelphia. Maybe I'll not like him. And then if he does good in the Nets or the Bucks series, I'll like him.
Maybe you go to just being cordial with him. Like
yeah. Like when we see each other on the streets, I'm like, "What up, Kev?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's up?"
Like you just nod your head and he looks at you and nods back.
But I mean, I don't think he has this most solid defense, but
man,
he's actually like 3rd or 4th in the league this year in steals.
That's what I'm saying though, because he's
got hands. He can poke it.
He's just one of those players.
Face-up defense.
He can poke it.
He poked the ball. He got hands.
He can poke a ball.
So,
what are you trying to say, Drew? Just say it.
Yeah, everybody knows what he's trying to do on this show. So,
I'm pushing the limits just a little bit.
Hey, we didn't get our R rating for nothing, okay? It's explicitly. It can be explicitly listed as explicit content on Spotify.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I dropped a whole Adult Star's name on this episode, so hey, man.
Hey,
good.
Just for the record, Kevin Huerter, right, averages 11.9, so basically 12 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. His plus minus is plus 18 when he's on the floor for this season as an average. So that's pretty good.
Take that, Drew.
He's a good role player. And, guys, I hope that everybody has enjoyed this super long podcast for what it is already.
Every time we have Drew on, I'm sorry to interrupt. Every time we have Drew on, man, that man, hey, just like Ethan, man, we get some good conversation going on. I enjoy it.
That's true. The only difference is it seems like when Drew's on, we have like more contentious arguments. And when Ethan's on, it's just more dumb stuff. But it's like still all fun.
Oh yeah.
And that's just Drew's personality because we know he likes to go at it.
That's true. I do like to go at it.
Yeah, we know. So, all that being said, we are finally about to do what this show was really intended to do, and that's bring back one of our most favorite segments that we've done on a show before, and losing my voice. Coincidentally, it was with Ethan when we played Psych. A lot of viewers actually liked that segment, those of you that watched and seen the promo. And so that's what we're about to do again. So I want everybody to get their phones out, and we're going to do it just like before, okay? I'm going to start the session. Arthur is going to read the questions when they pop up this time. And, we'll read off the answers, or probably Arthur will, and we'll probably laugh at all of them, whatever comes up. And but we're going to play a different mode that we played than last time. So we hope you enjoy this game again. This is really the time where we'd like for our listeners to start watching the show, because this looks even better on YouTube with the editing. You can see my screen, and it's really cool. So without further ado, here we go. We're starting back. So here we are about to play. Colton has decided to, I guess, join the podcast now, and he wants to play some Psych after neglecting all y'all faithful listeners.
Hey, you know what happens when the wife says go?
You say no later.
Say you had plans.
Like, man.
But it's okay. Here we go. Truth comes out.
If you were going to post an embarrassing status update on Colton's Facebook, what would it say?
Right, so I don't get it.
This is basically a game where you have to post answers about what you think about your friends, like the truth.
Oh, so I'm gonna post something, and then whoever gets the closest to what I say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go, boys. Oh, Drew's locked in. ABG. Here we go. Plus, we haven't played this game mode before, so we're kind of all learning.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think this one's probably going to be pretty funny because this is going to be a game of personal digs.
Absolutely.
I don't know, dude. I tried to think of something. I don't know.
All right, so pick your favorite ones.
All right.
First one says,
All right.
wife says go. We'll see you, boys. Second one says, I can't take good pictures. And third, we got, my wife reads my phone messages. And the last one says, I just love the color pink. Winky face.
All right, I'm locked in.
Yeah, I gotta pick one. Those are too funny.
This is clearly a game of personal digs. Hey, I picked Drew's answer.
I picked Drew's answer as well.
I picked Drew's answer.
Dang.
So that was the best one.
So no one picked. Oh, okay.
It was the best one, but it really wasn't embarrassing.
So basically, this one is just who thinks they know their friends better, and so it's about who guesses the most, who picks the most answers from somebody else.
So that means I'm winning right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Here we go. Next.
Somebody pick mine.
I did.
If Jerod got a tattoo tomorrow, what would it be?
Here we go. Drew is locked in. ABG.
He's locked in. All right. First up, we got A Big Piss, which is, of course, the production company of this show you're listening to or watching right now. Atheist, names of kids, Jaden Smith's face on his thigh. Yeah.
I don't know about the Jaden Smith thing. If any of our listeners know, that's a callback to Impractical Jokers. I picked Drew's answer again.
God.
Dude, I think Drew knows us better than we know ourselves.
Hey, I'm just trying to tell you.
Hey, mine was funny as crap, though, right?
You put atheist?
Atheist.
I don't know how you get a picture of an atheist, like, tattooed on you.
No, just a word. So what did ABG the boy, his last text message say? I'm not gonna lie to you. I just got off the little text messages with you guys' cousin Dylan. So he said he wanted to shout out on the show. So shout out Dylan. You know what I'm saying? He out there in Washington doing his thing.
We love you, Dylan.
And, yeah, we love you. He said he loves you, Jerod.
Some of them love you, Dylan.
Dang.
I love you, Dylan.
Wow.
We want you on the show. Join us with that new baby you're about to have. And congrats on the baby. Congrats on the show.
Arthur?
So, yeah, man, hurry up. I mean, this is a message about him.
That's true. So first up, we got gotta take the grass. Sorry, I can't come, but I'm sure that's supposed to say gotta rake the grass. That's also a callback. Sorry, I can't come. I need a hit from that vape. I got you. And a ham sandwich.
I'm locked in, man. I think I got one. Hey, whoa. Arthur,
Use answer on purpose.
Arthur, your picture is hilarious.
That
it's like
was
baby vision. I picked your answer.
Baby vision holding the guns, baby. Let's go.
Hey, Arthur's got picked the most that time.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that really did. I really meant to got to rake the grass. I guess that auto-corrected me.
So the scores currently, Drew's in the lead with 11, Arthur with 6, Colton with 1, and I'm at 0. So clearly I don't know anybody. Here we go.
You don't even know your own brother, man.
If Drew got arrested tomorrow, it would probably be for this. I'm locked in. I already know what this fool getting arrested for.
Oh, I know too.
I'm really trying to hit on my boy Drew.
I mean, I'm trying to.
So first up, we got DUI. Secondly, we got disorderly conduct. Third, we got making Mark so upset that he brings out Big Red. Dude, the legend of Big Red. And disorderly. Make your choices, boys.
The other 3 answers are so much alike.
Yeah.
DUI, disorderly conduct, and drunk and disorderly.
Life again,
Oh.
Big Red.
I picked Colt's answer.
I picked Drew's answer.
Now everybody got big.
Oh, now we got in-game ads.
That's true.
So I'll exit out of that.
Well, I have 25 seconds.
So everybody's got picked one time on this one. So everybody picked somebody else's.
Yeah.
So Drew is still in the lead. He's got 14 now. Arthur's got 9. Colton's got 4, and I've got 3. So is everybody's ads done?
Mine is now.
All right. Here we go.
All right. At least I thought. Hold on, wait. God dang.
Oh.
5 more seconds. A 30-second ad on an Ellen app. Get out of here, dog. I'm glad she's retiring.
Well, so technically this game is one of the new ones she's making. So this is just a beta version. You know, we're playing a new game. At least the version of Psych. You know, different mode.
Yeah.
So here we go. Next round.
What is the weirdest thing in Jared's pocket? Locked in.
Son's toy.
All right. His laminated vaccine card. A calendar.
Oh my God.
Toy. Come and see for yourself.
I already know, Colton. I know the calendar is you.
That wasn't me.
Don't be lying. I picked Drew's answer again.
Damn,
Jesus.
Come and see for yourself. Why would y'all pick that?
I thought it was Jared.
I put my laminated vaccine card. All right, here we go. One person picked my answer. Thanks a lot, Colton.
You're welcome, bud.
Here we go.
What song would Drew walk out to as a guest on the Ellen Show?
This is straight up pandering by Ellen right here.
Jeez.
Dang, I'm trying to think, man. What's like your favorite taste in music right now? I think I have an idea, but man, I should just do something that pisses you off.
I don't know.
You wouldn't know what your own walkout song would be?
Huh?
So you don't know what your own walkout song would be?
Oh my God.
So first we got John Cena walkout theme. Cody Jinks, Africa by Toto. Fuck the Police. Which I don't think Ellen would probably.
She might.
But I feel like we know what
I tell you,
Drew's answer is.
Colton won this round. Get on you.
Man, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, got by ABG again, bro.
I
God,
picked your answer actually.
I need a better picture of that. I'm gonna put that in the pod, man. Little
Dang, man, how am I last, man?
So 2 people, ABG and Colt, picked my answer. So now I'm in 3rd place.
I didn't know
I'm my
that
own
was,
reason I'm in last.
I didn't know that was Arthur's thing. I thought that was an ad that was about to pop up. I was waiting to exit out of it when I first saw it. Yeah.
All right. So
can you guys see the 2 little guns in his hands?
No,
or is it just a pic?
It's just his baby picture. We can't see the guns. It's too blown up. So Drew is back still. Well, he never got out of the lead. He's got 18. ABG's got 10. I've got 8. Colt's got 6.
Well,
Moving on to the last and final round.
Like maybe I can make a push.
What is the first search result when you Google Colton's name?
God, I'm trying to think, man.
I put a pretty good one down, I think.
All right, I'm locked in. Fun fact.
I'm just waiting on Drew. Oh, what's up?
Oh, yeah. Fun fact, this is the first time that we have had 4 people on video in the podcast.
Well, I'm not on video. So.
Yeah, I'll say, well,
we see you on the screen. Your picture.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
First,
At least I'll
First up, we got a pic of his dumb face. Washed up Mr. Big Dog goes to the military. Gayguys.com. And The Bachelor. I don't know where The Bachelor comes from because this man is married. So whoever wrote that, you're a fool.
I think it's I think one of their most recent Bachelor's names was Colton. Something.
Oh, really?
That guy turned out to be gay, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
But I'm going to go for that one.
Oh, I picked ABG.
Oh, I picked Drew's answer,
I picked Drew's answer.
Washed up Mr. Big Dog. That's not even it. I don't know why, but the gay guys got me more than Mr. Big Dog.
You can't see that. Why can't you see that?
So, here we are with the game results. Drew's at 22, which means instead of putting the game results, it wants me to watch an ad before I can tell you all and show you on the screen, but Drew is the winner.
You didn't get any ads, Cole?
No, not one.
No, I didn't get none either.
Dang. Y'all got ad blockers on your phone, though, right?
No.
Oh.
I don't. It won't let me even watch the... Okay, there we go.
So, oh, wow. We're about to have Floating Head back again. Nope. He decided against it.
Wins.
So...
There he is.
Man.
Fun game.
I
Hope you guys enjoyed that, and as much as we did. We had a lot of inside jokes. Some of them just had to be there. I don't know what we're listening to right now.
That is my screen. That's
okay.
The confetti and everything of Drew winning.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna wrap up on the show. We're gonna get some closing thoughts in. Jerod, if you have any.
Yeah, as a closing thought, I'd say if you say you're going to be on a show after we already had to cancel once, do it. Make a commitment and be there. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying.
Just his background picture popped up when he started talking.
I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying. No names are being put out there, okay?
Hey, come on, man.
But you
Come
know,
on, man.
life is pretty good.
Hey, man, happy wife, happy life.
Glad we could get the boys together. We'll probably bring Colton back on because there was a subtle answer in that game that we haven't discussed on the show with Colton yet. You know, about recent life changes, and yeah, you know, it's just a good time to be living. Looking forward to going back home and you know, being back with the family. You know, living the dream.
For me, of course, you know, still on vaccine watch. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll get it this week. Maybe I'll never get it. I'll probably get it this week.
You need to stop spreading COVID around, Arthur.
I wear my mask in places most of the time.
Oh, most of the time. Wow.
You know, if
Not all the
If I
time?
don't forget one.
Wow.
Aren't you a Southern
If I didn't have the
Republican?
vaccine, I'd be wearing my mask all the time.
He walked in the mall the other day without it on.
And then I got one because I didn't have one. I was inside of a store with Odessa, and they gave me a mask.
Dang.
But yeah. Also, I mean, I guess it's also wear a mask. But yeah, I really enjoyed the show this week. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the show.
Y'all wanna,
we're getting
You want to
listeners.
say a
Hey.
cameo from Hunter?
Hold on now. No. We letting ABG finish.
Oh, his new blonde hair. Oh, it's the
Yeah, what's
boy.
up?
It's not blonde.
Is he? Are you dying it again?
Yeah, I did a different color.
Not so Slim Shady. What's up, man?
Hey.
What's up?
All right.
Oh,
Now,
you know what?
If y'all don't mind
That's it.
showing some
See you later.
respect,
Wait.
my co-host was trying to finish a closing statement.
Well,
But nice shirt, dude.
let's go.
That's like what my wife
This is
said.
the rage. But
Oh.
Just let me give an insight.
We're about to end it. Go.
There you go, Arthur. Keep going.
thank you. So I forgot my place. I'm sorry. We're really enjoying recording the show, you guys, and we hope you guys are enjoying listening to it. We seem to be getting a consistent number of double-digit listeners, even if it's 10 to 15. You know, we're glad you guys are listening, and enjoying, and supporting us through what we're doing. And yeah, we're just gonna keep making these, and hopefully you guys keep watching and listening and everything. So I don't know if any of our guests would have any closing thoughts, but I would also like to thank our guests for being on, Drew and Colton, catching us at the end. So
Well,
if you guys have anything you want to say.
We'll go to Colton first. We'll save the best for last.
Oh, hey. Then I should be going live.
Hey, just how it is.
That's his closing thoughts, I guess.
Mr. Floating Head. All right. I mean,
And
do you
Drew?
really have anything, Colton?
No. All I got to say is
Nice.
All right. I got
stop
him
doing
back.
that, Jared. Stop doing that.
This is it. This is it.
Okay, now really go ahead.
Happy wife, happy life.
You didn't catch him.
All right, here we go. Sorry.
Drew, what about you, man?
Mr. Baldness.
Listen, victory tastes sweet when you've tasted defeat, if you know what I mean. Don't be like Arthur. Go get your vaccine.
Oh,
Once you get your vaccine, then you ain't got to wear your mask. And to catch up on what I said earlier, Hawks in 6, baby. A closing statement.
All right.
I believe that.
And we know you guys don't post on Twitter very much, but would you like to promote a handle?
Or Facebooks or anything you guys got going on? I mean,
You can catch me on Twitter at @TheRealDrewNasty. I used to be the real one, but
Hey, don't talk about that on a public platform.
We'll get to it one of these days.
we don't have to.
Yeah.
But also, course, for Jerod, I'm sorry, I almost skipped over you.
Totally cool. Because I don't put a lot of things on Twitter anyways. Just the fact that I'm super depressed and can't get a PS5. But now I'm not even really searching for it. So, if you want to, follow me on Twitter at Jerod Evans.
Hey, he's not searching for a PS5. He's searching for the TSA agent that broke his life.
Yeah, I'm searching for them too. Yeah, Colton doesn't know about that story. He's going to have to listen now. So, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Jerod Evans. Maybe I'll start, chronolog. God. Keeping a record.
Spit it out, will ya?
Keeping a record of me with my fight against the TSA. We'll see how long it takes.
Fight against the TSA.
And of course, you can find me on Twitter at young_ABG. You know the spiel. You can find us on Twitter as a collective at unheard_of_pod. That's going to be the same on Instagram, Facebook. Search us. We're unheard of. YouTube. Follow a link. We there. We everywhere. Anywhere you want to listen to a podcast or watch something, hey, we there. So
it's true.
That's it.
And been a great week. Glad to have you, Drew. I'm glad you joined the show.
Appreciate him. Absolutely.
Glad you was on the entire time. We really enjoyed having you.
Oh wow.
I'm glad we could get a laugh out of your answers on Psych. Maybe we'll catch you next time, Hopefully. I hope so. I hope I can catch you next time.
You'll never catch me.
Can I catch you next time?
You'll never catch me.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll get even more guests on the show next week. Next week is actually our 1-year anniversary of the show. Of June 12th or 14th, I believe. I have to confirm the date, but it is 1 year of Unheard Of with next week's show. So maybe we bring some of you boys back on and get a few others and play Jeopardy or Psych, whatever. And
Unheard Of trivia.
Yeah, Unheard Of trivia.
Unheard Of trivia, yeah.
Maybe I finally
we'll come
bust
through
out
hours of content and give you guys some questions.
Yeah, maybe I finally bust out the edited content that always got pushed out or where we couldn't say anything right.
Yes.
Which host has a bald head?
Yeah.
I'll be there soon.
But, I mean, look how smooth this looks, man. Went to my favorite barbershop out here in the D.C. area. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's good to be alive. And so, again, we're glad to have everybody here. Really love shooting this one. It's going to be a good one for you all to watch. Hope you watch, but, if you want to listen to, that's great because, audio is always good too. And as always, we love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us here at Unheard Of.
And as always, I'm Arthur.
And I'm Jerod, and you just listened to
Unheard Of.